Okay, so watchOS 9 is officially out to the general public, and what this means is that if you have a supported Apple Watch series, that is the Apple Watch Series 4 and later, and an iPhone 8 that has been updated to iOS 16 and later, you can basically go into your settings on the Apple Watch and go to general and be able to do a software update to watchOS 9. If you are updating from a beta, then expect update size to be somewhere between 400 to 500 megabytes, but other than that, if you're updating from a previous version of watchOS like watchOS 8, then expect the update size to be somewhere between 1.5 gigs. Now this update has a bunch of new features and changes that I'm going to be sharing with you. There's about 35 plus, and in this video you're going to see all there is to know when it comes to watchOS 9. My name is Ben, and this is Half Man Half Tech. Okay, so first things first, with every new watchOS update, there's always going to be the normal, which is new watch faces, of course. And this year with watchOS 9, we do get new watch faces. You can see we get astronomy, we get lunar, metropolitan, modular, playtime, and we also get portraits. Now this is not all the new watch faces. If we go again into our new watch face selector and go to where it says N for and here you'll be able to see that finally for the Apple Watch we get Nike exclusive watch faces that used to be just exclusive for the Nike series of the Apple Watch, for non-Nike series of the Apple Watch. So you can see this is my regular Apple Watch Series 7, but I did get the Nike watch faces. You can see you get Nike analog, you also get Nike bounce, you get Nike compact, you also get Nike digital, as well as Nike hybrid, which is the watch that I showed off. Now most of these new watch faces, I did do videos on them, and they have abilities to be able to be added with complications as well. And when you add the Nike hybrid watch face, this Nike logo that you see here isn't just like a design logo, it's actually something you can interact with. And if you click on it right there, you'll be able to see that it gives you the option or pop-up to run the Nike Club app, and if you click there, it will open up the Nike Club app store. Let's give it a moment. You can see Nike Run Club, Running Coach, and you can get this app and be able to use it more when it comes to this Nike watch face. But also you can see that we do get other watch faces such as Metropolitan. When you move the crown, you can see how the numbers move as well. And also you can see we get playtime. These are icons that you can basically bounce around and play with, and when you lower your wrist like this, they basically go to sleep, and it's almost like, it looks like it's bedtime for them. And not only that, you can see that we also get an updated modular max, and we also get lunar as a new update with Chinese, Hebrew, and other support, as well as astronomy, which shows the current cloud coverage around the world, as well as the sun and moon lights and time frames for the different regions basically around the whole world. Most of these watch faces I did cover on the channel in depth when it comes to the astronomy and lunar and many others, so I'll leave those in the description of this video, and there will be pop-ups here on top to help you better understand what these watch faces are hiding, and also how best you can customize these watch faces. When it comes to Breathe and California, you also have the ability to do more edits for background colors, and not only that, quite a number of other watch faces have received updates when it comes to font and accessibilities, as well as the motions that you can do with those watch faces. Now the moment you update to watchOS 9 on your Apple Watch Series 4, Series 5, or Series 6, or even later, there's going to be a recalculation of the battery maximum health capacity. So if you go into your settings and then go to where it says battery right there, and go to where it says battery health, you can see here for me on my Apple Watch Series 7, it's actually on 92%. But once you update, there's basically going to be a recalculation. So before you update, you can take note of this number, and sometimes you might get an increase where your maximum health capacity goes from 92 to 93, or goes from 92 to 90 or to 91. It just goes to improve and give you a better depiction of how your maximum health capacity looks on your Apple Watch. But not only that, when it comes to the battery section here, you can see here we have optimized charging, and if you go back to low power mode here, you can see that we have the ability to enable low power mode for the first time on the Apple Watch. And if you click there, you'll be able to read the instruction or the information that's here, and it says low power mode save battery life by turning off always on display and limiting the sensors as well as the Wi-Fi connections of your Apple Watch. And then you notice some incoming connections that are going to be restricted, such as turning off the background heart rate measurements, heart rate notification, irregular rhythm notification, blood oxygen measurements, and a few others. And you can turn this on manually right here, or if you want to turn it on for a number of days, you can turn it on for 1 day, for 2 days, or for 3 days. Say for example you're going for a hike and you want your watch to last as long as possible. Apple has given you this option, which is something that's good. And not only that, but if you enable the low power mode, you can see that we do get a yellow status indicator right here. You can see the notification tab here does turn to yellow, so that is something that has been updated. But not only that, if you take your Apple Pack charger, I have one right here, and you connect it to your Apple Watch, you notice that the charging indicator has also been updated, so it turns to yellow, and you can interact with it as well. You see that it will tell you that it's charging to full, and this is yellow because it's in low power mode. If I was to go here and turn off low power mode and put it off here, you will see that even though my Apple Watch is charging right here, I can still interact with it and it will say charging to full, and that has changed to green. And once it's basically charged to 100%, it will say charged to full. Now when it comes to the workout app, I'll be happy to let you know that there have been major updates to this workout app. So when you open it up and then you go to any specific workout, so we'll say outdoor run for now, and once the workout begin, you now have more metrics and more data that you can see. So you can see from the get-go right here, I can see my beats per minute, so and then I can see if I'm rolling my average kilometer as well as my average pace. And then by just moving the digital crown like this, so we just go on, you can see that I can see my heart rate zones. So you can see as the zones get more into the red line, it will be able to give you more information on that on the health app that is on the iPhone that's paired with your Apple Watch. So you can basically see my beats per minute right now. And not only that, but if you continue with your digital crown, you will see that you can see your splits and splits pace as well. And then if you continue as well, you'll be able to see elevation and elevation gain. So more metrics you can be able to see here, as well as your activity rings and your progress as well. So this has been added to a number of workouts, and I was just using outdoor run as an example. Also within the workout app, if a specific workout doesn't meet your needs or your requirements that you want to customize, you can basically customize any workout that's here. Let's say for example this open goal soccer. So if I wanted to customize this, I just have to click on the 3 dots right there and then click here on these lines, and then I can set my goals. Or if I want to customize it further, I can go to where it says custom and then create a workout, and here you can see that it gives me the ability to customize the open or to set my goal or calories that I want to be able to achieve with this workout. And not only that, I can set a specific timer that will elapse as this workout transpires, and I can customize this workout, give it a custom name, give it a startup time so that it reminds me when the time it is to start, and cool down time if I want to be able to cool down as time moves on. But not only that, this has been added to almost all the workouts. So you can always go down to any like workout, say for example hiking, click on the three dots, click there, and then you can always customize this, and you can even see more metrics here that have to do with the workout, such as calories, distance, and so on, that you can now play with. It's almost as if this has been made open source, but it's a good thing that you can now customize all the workouts to fit your needs and your requirement. And not only that as well, the workout app has been updated to depict multi workouts. So let's say for example, if you go for an outdoor run and then you go for a cycle and after that you go for a swim, your Apple Watch will be able to detect all those different workouts and give you the prompt to be able to detect those workouts. There's also been updates to Apple Fitness Plus if you are subscribed to that service. So now you have the ability to be able to get on-screen targets for intensity workouts such as treadmill and so on, and you can stream this or be able to see this on state per minute on screen for compatible third-party TVs. There's also been updates to some Apple applications, and the first one we'll start with is the Compass app. So you can see that it has been redesigned here, and then when you open it up, you will notice the UI that has been updated. It also senses and seems to work a little bit more faster. Now if you click here, you will see that you have waypoints, which enables precise location in settings on iPhone to create and view waypoints. So if you are doing like a specific route and you want to drop pins or points as you do that, you can use waypoints to do that. And then you have backtrack. Now Apple Watch can record your route in case you get lost. So say for example you were doing a hike and then you got lost. This is something that can help you be able to see where you passed through so that you can make your way back to the point of your original destination, and this uses GPS to be able to track that. So you also see these three dots here. If you click there, you can see my incline, my elevations, and so on. And if you go down, you also be able to see that you have the ability to see or track your parked car. So this is something that has been added, and since the Compass app is a really like life-saving app, if you hold the side button here for a few seconds, you notice that the Compass has also been added here, where Compass Backtrack is like an emergency like quick service that you need to access, and you can access it right there from your Apple Watch, which is something that might save your life. Now you might also see that the power icon or button has been relocated from just here to the top, so you have to tap on it, and then if you want to power off, you slide it there. Now when it comes to sleep as well, there have been major updates for the Apple Watch, so it can now detect the different stages of your sleep by means of the accelerometer as well as the heart rate. So you can see the sleep app on the Apple Watch basically doesn't show much, it just gives you like your schedule, but if you wanted to see more consistent and deep information, you can basically go into the iPhone that's paired with your Apple Watch, and then if you go into the health app right there and you go to where it says browse, so you have to go to the browse bottom section here and then go to where it says sleep. You'll be able to see your sleep data. Now for me here, you can see that if I go to where it says show more sleep data, and for example if I say bi-weekly, you can see like my sleep data, and this is all being tracked using the Apple Watch, which is something that's great for those that want to be able to see the different stages of sleep. You can see here, if I was to go on the day, it tracks REM, core, and deep sleep stages, or using your Apple Watch. There's also updates to when it comes to some health information as well. So if you go here, you'll notice that we have a pill, like a medication pill, and that is a new application that is called Medication. Now if you open it up for the first time and you aren't taking any medication, or you don't set up any medication, it will just say use the health app on the iPhone to set up medications logging. So if you wanted to do this, you can go into your health app here on the iPhone that's paired with your Apple Watch, and then when you go to where it says medications, it will basically be able to show you what you can do. So set up medications, track all your medications in one place, set a schedule and get reminders, get medication information, and this is like information that is encrypted and it can't be shared with anyone without your permission, and that's what Apple is saying. So you can basically do that, and once you add like a medication and you get started, you can search for like a specific medication or a specific hospital, and then once you set it up, you'll be able to get the reminders on your Apple Watch, and it will remind you by means of the haptic feedback and vibration, so that you don't miss out on taking your medication, which could again potentially save your life. Now when it comes to heart rate and ECG, I'll be happy to let you know that the Apple Watch can now detect Afib history or atrial fibrillation history, and so in order for you to see that, you basically can go into your iPhone, and if you go to where it says heart and basically go down to where it says Afib history, you can see that this is something that you can set up, and you'll be able to get notifications from your Apple Watch or notified when it detects like weekly changes to your Afib history schedule. Now if you aren't able to set this up, it's probably because there's a setting that's enabled, and for you to be able to see this, if you go to the summary section here and you look for your health summary, now you'll be able to see your health checklist here, and if you click there, you can see some of the services that you've set up and turned on for your Apple Watch. And if you go down, all the way down, you will see that Afib history is not available while irregular rhythm notifications are enabled. So it seems like there's a clash between Afib history and irregular rhythm notifications, which I do have turned on here. So that could be an issue when you try to turn it on. So it's a saying that you can always play around to see which of the two you want to be able to use more further. Now the calendar app has also been updated, so if you open up the calendar app right there, you can see that you have daily view as well as weekly views, and you can also create, edit and delete events within the calendar app. For example, if I wanted to create something on September 22nd, I just have to tap the week that has the 22nd and then go on the 22nd. You can see that I have no event for the 22nd, but if I wanted to create something, I have to click here on the three options, and then I can create a new event, and you can see basically some other options that you have. Before, this used to just be a plain old calendar, but it's good to see that Apple has opened it up. There's another update to the podcast app that's worth mentioning. So instead of just being an audio listen only device or app, you can now see that with the podcast app, you have the ability to search, to follow, unfollow and download shows. So you see here, if I click where it says search, it gives me the option to be able to search using my Apple Watch. And not only that, but you can see on my iPhone, the prompt comes up where I can use my keyboard on paired with my Apple Watch to be able to type something. So we'll say MKBHD, and then we'll search, and then you will see some of the podcasts that shows up. So not only can I follow people using this podcast app on the Apple Watch, but you can also download and listen right directly from your podcast app without needing an iPhone. When it comes to the messages, since on iOS 16 you have the ability to be able to edit messages, that can also be seen on the Apple Watch if a message has been edited. So I'll just go down, and if I go to where it says Tech Hyped here, you can see that this message I was testing, and then I send 1212, and then I edited it and put a 3. So you can see that my edits also do show on the Apple Watch. There's Bluetooth keyboard pairing with the Apple Watch. So as you saw in the podcast app, whenever you want to access the keyboard for typing a message or for typing something in a specific application, you can basically have access to that by going into the search, and once you reach there, your iPhone will vibrate as long as your iPhone is nearby and unlocked, and then it will give you the option to be able to type using the keyboard on the iPhone, which is something that's really good and convenient for those that use it. Now, Also, I'll be happy to let you know that when it comes to the Apple Watch Series 7 and later, since they have a bigger display, they have added support for keyboard for many different languages such as German, Italian, Japanese, Portuguese, and Spanish. So you can customize this for the language and for the custom that you want to use it for. For me, I just have it on the plain English. If I go into the settings on my Apple Watch right there and then go to where it says accessibility and go down to where it says control nearby devices, so you can see there that I have this control nearby devices. If I click there, you see that my Apple Watch searches and it finds my iPhone. So if I click there, you can see Benjamin's Apple Watch is connected and I can now control my iPhone using my Apple Watch. So if I wanted to like go on the control center, I can access it there. If I wanted to go back home, I can do that. If I wanted to get or access my multitasking screen, I can do that. And I have actions that I can perform such as app switcher, notification, control center, Siri, play, pause, media controls, and some hand gestures that I can do using my Apple Watch. If you have an iPhone that has a physical button that isn't working or that basically is having touch issues, this is a feature that might be able to possibly help you out until you get your device repaired. If I go into my iPhone and go to where it says accessibility in the settings app and go to Apple Watch mirroring, you'll be able to see that I can turn on this feature. And now Benjamin's Apple Watch, you notice here there's a notification, your Apple Watch screen sharing has started. So I can basically move my Apple Watch screen using my iPhone and I can do like certain tasks and functions. I can measure my heart rate, I can do ECG, I can press the digital crown, I can press the side button, I can close applications and many more. And also I can AirPlay as well if I wanted to go to even a bigger screen. So this is something that's great, and you can now control the iPhone using the Apple Watch, and now you can control the Apple Watch using the iPhone. This is something that's good and goes to help those people that have limb differences or people that just want to have a bigger screen or that want to amplify the small screen of their Apple Watch to a bigger screen like an iPhone or bigger. Now, if you have a GPS plus cellular version of the Apple Watch that has obviously the additional color on the crown, I'll be happy to let you know that with watchOS 9, you basically have the ability to do international roaming if you have an Apple Watch Series 5 or later. That is the cellular plus GPS model. More connectivity and more freedom. Now, when it comes to another app that has been updated, which I actually used from time to time, is the stopwatch here. So now you can see that when you start like a specific hybrid lap, you can actually stop it and time different laps. For example, you can see the first lap, second lap, and third lap, and it goes on. And so now within this app or stopwatch app, we have the ability to be able to time our laps, which we were not able to do before. Now, also, if you have your Apple Watch set up for communication safety notifications for a child or someone that you look after, whenever the Apple Watch detects that they might be exposed to inappropriate content or images, your Apple Watch will give you the prompt right away, and you'll be able to safeguard your child or those that you look out after from seeing that harmful content. There's updates when it comes to Siri, so you can see the new compact Siri UI. You can basically see some of the things that are going on in the background. You can see, for example, 0449, so I have the ability to be able to see time. And so before, Siri used to take the whole screen, but now it's more compact and portable. It does not take the whole screen. For the iPhone, once you update to iOS 16, you can basically unpair or get rid of your Apple Watch, but you will still have the fitness app on your iPhone. You don't have to have an Apple Watch for you to be able to get this fitness app. Apple is really pushing out fitness for everyone, regardless of whether you have an Apple Watch or not. There's also cross connection between the Apple Watch and the Apple TV. So you saw how I was able to use this to be able to control my iPhone. Same is true if you have an Apple TV. There's some sort of cross connections that you can set up and the two will be able to communicate. Also, when it comes to the reminders, it's not just an application that you can use to just view your reminders, but you can basically go into your reminders, view some of the reminders that you have, and edit those reminders. This is good and it makes it more usable, just like the calendar and podcast app. And not only that, but if you receive a call on your Apple Watch and you have AirPods that are connected to your Apple Watch, you can basically end the call that has been received on the Apple Watch without needing your iPhone, which is more convenient for those that do that. Now obviously there's going to be new updates, new features and new changes that might come on after, as well as some issues. If you want to follow my journey and keep up to date when it comes to the latest Apple Watch series, I just got the new Apple Watch Ultra and I do cover watchOS updates almost daily. So if that's something that you're interested in and you are wanting to keep up to date, then definitely do subscribe and we'll walk the journey together. Now that's how watchOS 9 came in for me and some of the major most new features and changes that are here. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below, and stay safe and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.